Hi guys, this is Jess with your Why Did They Leave? All signs with your all signs, all signs. Why did they leave? We're going to look at each sign and see why did they leave you and how do they feel now that it's over. If you would like to jump ahead at your sign, do check out the timestamps in the description box below, all the way at the bottom, guys, all the way at the bottom. I'll try to remember to put it in a comment section, but please check it out all the way at the bottom of the description box. Okay, guys, let's get started with Aries. Aries. Well, this person felt like they couldn't take it anymore. Okay. They chose themselves over this connection with you. Okay. They felt like they had to choose themselves. Hold on, guys. I want to see. Yeah, that's too much of a glare. I'm trying to not have the glare show, and the glare is still showing. I'm so sorry. So they feel like they had to choose themselves over this relationship. They may have discovered some things, came to a realization. They even may have lost love for you. Okay. Their heart could have turned cold, which is the reason why they felt like they needed to let you go and leave the situation alone. No matter who left who, they have had to, and it was a process for them to get to the point where they had to let this go and release this, especially if you guys have known each other since children. Well, how do they feel now? Aries, they feel better for it. This is someone who may do well on their own. They are embracing singlehood. Yes, they're very much still single, and they've evolved in life since the separation. I feel like they had to choose themselves, and now they have no regrets. Honestly, they don't have any regrets over letting it end, because in their minds, they made a better decision for themselves, either letting you go or leaving you alone. That's what I have for Aries. Now let's look at Taurus. Taurus. So this person left you. Why did they leave? Because something could have just changed in them. They could have just made a decision. It could have happened out of nowhere. It could literally be karmic, where things start and it just abruptly ends. But I do see this ending that just kind of came out of nowhere. And I feel like you may have had someone who could be quite self-oriented, self-focused, may indulge a little too much. It may be that they make hasty decisions when they've been drinking too much, indulging too much, that sort of thing. They may feel like there's too much indulging in the wrong things, perhaps their own behavior or perhaps between the two of you. But this is something that just literally came out of nowhere and just kind of happened, almost like a knee-jerk reaction where they just felt like, okay, I don't want this anymore, or we're just breaking up. How do they feel now? Trying to manifest you back. This person may be trying to manifest you back. Okay. They may be missing that old thing. They're missing you. They feel like the connection between the two of you is quite strong, is very significant, and they're trying to bring you back into their world, into their life. Some of you Tauruses, for the person I'm connecting with, this is someone who likes to indulge and feed their indulgence quite a lot. They may feel like whatever they want, they typically get. And they may feel like, they still can have you and they still want you. So this is someone who still wants you despite it ending abruptly or out of nowhere. This person could have been drinking, indulging, just to kind of get over you. They have been quite emotional about this, even though they may do it in private and people do not see. Trust me, it hasn't been easy for them. But they are pretty confident almost that they're going to kind of get you back and make this work. Again, that's what I have for Taurus. Now let's look at Gemini. Well, Gemini, some of you, this past person, why did they leave? Fear. It could be fear. They may have had they have a lot of baggage that they take with them all over the place. So they're going to have some issues no matter where they go until they deal with their stuff. This person may have felt like they were overwhelmed. There was a lot going on. And you were becoming a burden, basically. They're wasn't happy anymore. They felt like, you know what, I'm going to let this go. This is someone who also may not trust people. They didn't trust you. They could be a bit of a loner. They're making their lives harder than what their life needs to be. And so any little thing, it may have just said, you know what, I'm gone. But this person needs to realize that they too need work. They have work that they need to do on themselves, because this is not healthy for any love relationship, right? As a result, how do they feel now that everything is gone between the two of you? They still love you. You have someone who still loves you, who still wants you, who may now look, especially if you couldn't love them the way that they were prepared to love you, they may have felt now in hindsight that, they rushed this and they should have been more patient with you. There were signs that you showed that you did have a lot of love for them and you were willing to love and be taught how to love, like you were willing, whatever it was. But perhaps now they're realizing that their haste or their hangups got the better of the relationship. And I do feel like deep down inside, Gemini, they have regrets. They love you. They want to be loved by you again. And they still hold you at a high regard. That's what I have for Gemini. Now let's look at Cancer. Cancer, this is someone who either wanted long-term, had to provide long-term, or is already in something long-term, which is why there has been that abrupt end, why they left you. Okay, this is why they left. They may have already been in something. You want it forever. They want it forever. But none of that could have been possible, and that's the reason why they left. It could be to try to repair a past relationship that involved children, that sort of thing, okay? Something regarding a long-term, something that has been established for a long time, or that's what was expected, is what has come in between the two of you. How do they feel about you now? They're mourning in the Scorpio season. I feel like, and it could be a literal Scorpio, but the Scorpio season is definitely bringing all the feelings back, all the realities back to them. And I feel like you have someone who is finally putting it to bed, having a good cry, maybe going down memory lane, but they are finally realizing that it's over, it's done, and they're releasing you, is what it looks like here. Hopefully no one passed away, but their feelings for you are changing, and they're coming to a realization that it is over. That's what I have for Cancer. Now let's look at Leo. Why did they leave you, Leo? Because this could have been more of a sex-based relationship, a one-sided relationship where it's all about the one person, their needs, their wants, what they want, that sort of thing. They may have interpreted you as being one-track minded and only wanting one thing, wanting your needs fulfilled, or you weren't giving them and fulfilling their needs, and that's why they left you. They may have also wanted to start something, didn't get the cooperation from you that they were looking for, and decided to leave. How do they feel about you now? They're reminiscing about you. They're going down memory lane. Shit, if they're not while they're awake, they're damn sure doing it while they're asleep. They're having a lot of dreams. They're thinking about the good old days and what used to be and what could have been. This is someone who I feel wants love, but love may always be a bit of an enigma for them. It may be hard to keep love, to maintain it, and for it to come their way in a good sort of way. This is someone who still holds on to the fond memories that the two of you have shared, and they're reminiscing about you, particularly in the Scorpio season. You are coming to them in their dreams. It may not all be good dreams, but they are getting some enlightenment regarding you, and they're still very much attached. That's what I have for Leos. Now let's look at Virgo. Virgo, why did they leave? Because life started to do a 180 for them in a great sort of way. The two of you may have found yourself going through a lot of issues, and they left or stayed gone because life started proving that where they're headed in their life, that's where they've dreamt to be. That's where they've been wishing and praying to be. They've been working on themselves, and perhaps that's why they left, because they needed to work on themselves. They started to step into a new part of themselves where all kind of doors started to open up for them. And so they are now feeling completely blessed. And now that you are gone, or they're gone, how do they feel about you? I feel like you have someone here who would like to communicate again. Hell, who may have come back in. I'm seeing two different sides for Virgos. One of your first group of you, your past person left, but now they feel like they would love to come back and work things out with you because they see how well you're doing. Some of you could have made a trip, taken a trip, or really relocated, and life is really changing for the better for you. And they would love to have a piece of that. You're looking different. You're feeling, you coming across different. So they kind of want to see about you to some extent, because of how you're coming across, right? Now they may feel like you're on their level, that sort of thing. They've healed, you look good, maybe let's try this again, right? Another group of you, this person is feeling, though, that since they've been gone, they're feeling better. They now can focus on themselves unapologetically, and it's all about them. So for some of you, your ex is someone who it's been all about them, and you're seeing their true colors, and it continues to be all about them. That's what I have for Virgos. Now let's look at Libra. They found out something, Libra. They found something out. Okay, either they left and stayed gone because they found out something, or you found out something. Okay, you found out something, they found out something. Or they felt like they couldn't get down to the bottom of things. There was a lot of things being hidden. They were very suspicious, and they felt like it was better to just leave the situation alone, period. Okay, however, since they've been gone from you, their feelings have not left. In fact, it's intensified. There's a lot of internal feelings that they keep hidden, that they do not do. They really don't share with people. And there's still things. So if they left because they felt like you were up to something and they suspected things, they still can't confirm whether or not it was true. And they do have regrets about that. I do feel like deep down inside they have regrets, especially if they initiated a breakup or left with these accusations. They think about it long and hard, especially at night. You still are in their system deeply. If you accuse them of things, they still are going to keep it hidden. They'll take it to the grave, but they have regrets, whether they accused you, them, you have someone, your ex, Libra, is still wanting you. They secretly still are very connected to you on a spiritual level, and they're hiding this deeply. That's what I have for Libra. Now let's look at Scorpio. Scorpio. Well, I mean, Scorpios, you should be able to tell your own reading, right? Because this is always the case when it comes to you and Libra. They felt like, why did they leave? Because your person felt like this was too much. You know, enough is enough, and too much don't make no sense, as I like to say. So it was too much. It was too much of a burden. You have someone who's very strong. Let me put it that way. They don't give up easily. They don't. But they felt like, damn it, what don't make you strong is going to kill me. I need to leave. It's that type of thing. So your person may have felt overwhelmed by the situation. It was just too much to deal with. And they had other things going on that you probably didn't know to the fullest extent. And this was just too much for them to bear. I feel like they're still carrying it, though. This may be going back to, I forgot what sign I said that for. I think it was Gemini, I think. I think it was Gemini. I said that this person, you could have, just like Gemini, this person may have brought their hangups and their baggage to you, and they're leaving right out of it and added you as another baggage. So they're still kind of, plagued with that, if you will. But how do they feel about you now that it's over? They miss you. They definitely have regrets. They actually want you to come and save them, really. Please come save me, call me, reach out to me, that sort of thing. But they may feel like their time is up, you won't accept it, or they'll be a fool trying to come back to you. So they will, or they just can't come back. Someone has probably moved on. So they do suffer in silence. They do go over their, coulda, woulda, shouldas, regrets, and all of those things. They're still very much attached to you and kind of going through this pain in silence is what it looks like to me. They may be the type of person that will jump into another thing or want someone to come and fill that void, because who wants to go through this, right? So they may be wanting that, but they still miss you. Even if someone is in their life, they still miss you a great deal. And they regret leaving or staying away. That's what I have for Scorpio. Now let's look at Sagittarius. Well, Sagittarius, you got to know that this is your reading, because I've only been talking about this person, and here they've shown up again for months now. Why did they leave? Could be third party. Could have been some type of distance between the two of you, just made the heart less fond, and it could have been harsh words. This person even may have had some mental issues, just like Gemini, and just like I think I said Gemini and Scorpio, if I'm not mistaken. This person may have come to you with some hangups, some issues of pain in the past, that sort of thing. So it could have been you creating it, or it has been created and then it festered being with you. But why did they leave? Because of heartbreak, separation, third party, some type of disappointment in you, right? However, now they are feeling resentful, regretful internally. Will they tell people that? No, they do have regrets. This is someone who may look at themselves secretly and say, damn it, I got to do better. I can't keep doing this. Whatever this is, they have to do better. It's not easy. This person has to work on their mental state. This is someone who needs to work on their mental state so that they can open their heart chakra. And they may not even realize that they have work to do, but they do. And so they may find themselves going through this loop with not just you, but others too. But they resent you. Because you've put them in a place where they're almost in a mental purgatory, right? They go from missing you to feeling victimized by you to not liking you at all. So yeah, this person is not in a good place. I wonder why. That's what I have for Sagittarius. Now let's look at Capricorn. Oh, and I wanted to add this part. If this was third party and they created the third party, they have a lot of regrets because they're not happy in that situation either. And if you brought the third party, they completely resent you for that, and are very angry with you because you deeply hurt them. I don't think you understand to the capacity in which they're hurt by you. There is someone out there, Sagittarius, who is extremely hurt by you, and it's felt so strongly that it cannot even come out of their head. They could be a Mercurial sign, Virgo, Gemini, or just have a strong Mercury. But this is someone where it plays in their head and plays on their mind over and over and over again. That's what I have for Sagittarius. Let's look at Capricorn. Capricorn, why did they leave? They could have started dating, seeing, courting someone else or them. I get dating. Someone could have been taking way too slow, and it was communicated like games were being played. So this person may have felt like they want to take their time. They may have started getting to know someone new, and that is something that they feel like was worth leaving this and letting this go or staying away, especially if the issue was commitment. Someone may have felt rushed to commit, and whoever this person is, they're not going to be rushed to commit to anyone. They're going to take their time. They're going to do what they need to do. They're going to make the right decisions for themselves so that they're satisfied in the end, because if not, they're just going to leave the person anyway. So there could have been that if that was your experience. Now, this is someone that feels like they're still going to be coming to you slow and steady. So it's still a process, with this person. Do they still want to come toward you? Yeah. Is there something that's going to happen overnight? No. They're actually going to move even slower with the situation. They may come back. They may not. I do feel like even if they are moving in a whole new direction, it is still very slow, steady, but it is consistent, but it is steady, and it's very slow. This is someone who likes to get it right the first time. Okay. I feel like they have come to a better understanding, having had you in their life. And they may be feeling like, I'm a little bit more comfortable with a relationship, commitment, merging, that sort of thing. So you actually was a benefit to them. They would like it to be you. They would, but they may feel like, damn it, I have to wait forever to get this from Capricorn, and I don't even know if anything else is going to come from it. So if they tried to force you, they would still want to be with you, but they understand that the waiting will still be very slow. And the same goes if it is them. That's what I have for Capricorn. Now let's look at Aquarius. Aquarius. Well, for some of you, this person left because, first of all, it could have been an age difference. Like someone just looks too old. Someone's gotten too old. This person kind of feels like, I'm done. There's no love here anymore. Or I want to do other things and not this anymore. That type of thing. I just can see that this person may have felt like either your behavior, your coldness, your lack of emotion, your lack of clarity. They even may have felt like you were playing mind games, or you're just not what they're looking for, or they feel like you felt that way. It could go vice versa, right? Of why they left, why they stayed away. Now, though, when it comes to you, not so sure. Not so sure. They feel like they should have kept this thing going and worked it out and figured it out while the two of you were still going on, because if it was you giving them those feelings, they're not so sure if they made the right decision with staying away or even leaving. They also could come to a conclusion that they would have been juggling you anyway. They still wouldn't have been so sure if they just wanted you. So if this was about commitment, and this person changed on you, switched on you, they can honestly still say to themselves that they're not sure if they would still be the person that you need them to be, honestly. They also go back and forth whether or not having left or stayed away was the right thing to do. Okay. They also may be looking at you like you've changed on them and you're not the same either. So you could be giving mixed messages to them where it was very clear that your love was there for them. Now it's like, do you want me still? Yes, no, that type of thing. So either they're not so sure anymore, they could be admitting that they would juggle you and another person, or they could feel that way about you. That's what I have for Aquarius. Let's get into Pisces. Pisces, this person may have left or stayed away in pursuit of their own goals, focusing on themselves. They may have felt like, life is getting better for me. Like I said, Aries, I said the same thing to Aries. Life is getting better for me now that I'm moving forward in life. They may have left or stayed away because, again, it's either they themselves feel like life has opened up in a better way for them. They can focus, they can move about as they need to, or they've met someone and they still get that kind of feeling like it's nice, it's fresh, it's fun, it's exciting, that sort of thing. Okay. Now, how do they feel about you since you guys have been apart? They have made a decision to move on, okay? Or they realize that you've moved on. I feel like you have someone here, your ex wishes you the best, and it may have been difficult to get to this place for them, because they may have had a lot of mental issues with letting this go and, settling things. But you have someone here who is moving on or allowing you to move on, right? For a very small percentage of you Pisces out there, you have someone who is deciding to work this out and come back together with you to get into a better place together. But usually the Six of Swords do speak to a person moving on from turbulent situations here. And I do feel like if they've been feeling like life is in a good place for them, it would be kind of difficult for them to want to come back, especially if they don't have the best fond memories here. Some of you could be dealing with a Virgo and it runs hot and cold between the two of you, but believe this person is really focusing on getting to a healthier, more peaceful space and place in their life. And they may feel like the better way to do that is to let the situation go and let sleeping dogs lie. That's what I have for you guys. I hope that this has been helpful. Check me back on the next one. Take care, guys.